Welcome to your Hillsborough, North Carolina, November 2025 market update. And in this episode, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why the market has slowed down, show you exactly how much it's slowed down, and then finally, at the end of this video, I'm going to take you to one of Hillsborough's favorite neighborhoods, most sought after, greatest favorite neighborhoods. So you want to stick and stay to the end of the video and watch and find out what is, one of Hillsborough's greatest neighborhoods. So here we go. Let's go to the numbers here, folks. Let me do a screen share real quick for you here and show you reason number 1 why the market has slowed down. And so, first of all, interest rates, or high interest rates, or what are perceived as being high interest rates. This is the Freddie Mac website, and it shows us the average all through the nation for the 30-year fix right now, and it's at 6.26, which is actually a little bit higher than what it was about last month, which was close to 6. Either way, 6 or 6.25, that's simply just too high. Buyers simply remember the mortgage rates that we had 5 years ago that were under 3. And a lot of those buyers have houses that have 3% or less than 3% mortgages, and they're simply not going to sell that house with a 3% mortgage and jump into a 6.26 mortgage. So that's really slowing down the market. It's been the case for the last year. We don't see that changing anytime soon. So that's reason number 1, the market this market slowed down. Here's reason number 2, and that is fears of tariff wars. This is not a political statement. You may be for or against tariff wars. The fact remains that the general consumer confidence has really been struck by the fear of tariff wars. A lot of people are unsure about how that's going to affect the economy, whether or not prices are going to rise. A lot of people feel that prices are going to rise. So they're afraid to buy a house now and then find that, 6 months from now, they can't buy groceries. They can't buy, gas for the car because of tariff wars. So that's potentially a problem. Here's another reason, your third reason why the market is slowing down. And that is right now, the government is canceling contracts and grants. This has been especially a problem here in the Triangle area because Duke University is the largest employer in the Triangle area. And right now, Duke's had a real problem with the government canceling contracts, canceling research contracts and grants. Duke has got a hiring freeze right now. We've had a lot of people come to Team Armand here at EXP Realty and say, we were going to buy a house this year, but we can't. We're afraid we're going to lose a job, or we've literally lost our job, and now we don't know what to do. So that's stroking a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace. Those 3 reasons: high interest rates, fears of tariff wars, and government canceling contracts and grants. Let me show you exactly how you can see this. Here is the let me go to the market update. Month supply of inventory for the entire triangle. We are 3.6 month supply of inventory, which is higher than what it was last year at 3.0. 3.6 is actually still a little bit low. It really should be a seller's market, but it's not, for the 3 reasons that I just described. Normally, this would be a seller's market, but buyers are just not buying at this point. And a lot of sellers are simply not putting their houses on the market because they don't want to lose that 3% interest rate. That's what's happening in the Triangle in general. Here's what's happening here in Hillsborough. Scroll down a little bit, and we see month supply of inventory here on the bottom. It's at 3.8. The Triangle's at 3.6. Hillsborough has gone up to 3.8, slightly higher. Look at what it was the same time last year, 1.9. So that's quite a bit of a change. That's a little bit of an indication of what's happening in the market. So the market has slowed down in Hillsborough here in general. That said, one of the bright spots for the housing market in Hillsborough is that neighborhood that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. That is a favorite neighborhood. It's a highly sought after neighborhood, and I'd like to introduce you to that neighborhood. It is called Churton Grove. Let's go to the this is the map, Google Maps. And you can see the red dot there. That's actually a house that's on the market. I'll show you that in just a second. Yes, it's 101 West Hatterley Avenue. Churton Grove is mainly this circle here. That's actually phase 4, plus this road coming in off of St. Mary's. That's Churton Grove Boulevard, Ainsworth Boulevard, North Scottswood, bury them in this whole area right in the middle of your map. Where is this? This is on the northeast side of Hillsborough. It's actually quite close to downtown Hillsborough. It's literally a 4 or 5 minute drive from Churton Grove to Hillsborough. Let's scroll out a little bit further to see where that is in terms of the triangle. Well, there's Durham down here to the right, down here to the east. So it's about a 15 or 20 minute drive to Durham and Duke University. And there's Chapel Hill there at the very bottom there. It's about a 20-minute drive, 20 to 25-minute drive to Chapel Hill. You can hop on Interstate 40 and get down here to Research Triangle Park in about 20 to 30 minutes. You can get to the airport just past it in about 30 minutes. My son actually flies out quite a bit for his job. I have to drive him to RDU Airport, so I know exactly how far that is. It's really about 35 minutes, to be honest with you. And I say that because I live in Churton Grove. That's one of the reasons why I really like Churton Grove. So Churton Grove is a great neighborhood, highly sought after. Let's take a look at what's been happening here in Churton Grove last 6 months. Oh, by the way, if you look at Churton Grove, one of the cool things about it is it's actually surrounded by a couple of farms. There is the Baldwin Farms here on the east, and then Stroud's Creek Farm here on the west. Those are two really cool sort of those are farms that are open for the public. Stroud Creek Farm is a place for birthday parties and summer camps. It's a really, really cool place, worth checking out, locally owned. And Baldwin Farms is a wedding venue. Really, both of them are really quite gorgeous. Surrounding Churton Grove as it is, really presents a really nice atmosphere. Okay, let's see what's been happening in Churton Grove. These are the sales for the last 12 months, plus the one house that's active, and there are currently two homes under contract. By the way, this one house here at 163 West Hatterley is one of my listings. Happy to have it under contract after only 4 days on the market. That's great. Speaking of days on the market, well, what is that looking like in Churton Grove? DOM is days on the market. You look down here, the average is 12 days on the market right now for the last 12 months. You see a lot of single digit days on the market here. There's one, the high is 35 days on the market, and the low is, of course, 1 day on the market. You got one here at 35, one here at 26, one here at 30. But really, a lot of them sell single digits. That means they're selling the first or second weekend that they're on the market. So if you're looking for a home in Churton Grove, you see it and you like it, you really got to jump on it. As I say, there are actually two that are under contract here right now. One was on the market. My listing was on the market 4 days. This one's on the market 39 days before it got under contract. That one's a little bit overpriced, I think. Well, I know, and that's why it took so long to sell. And we do have one house that's currently available in Churton Grove. That's as I said, 101 West Hadley Avenue. It's one of the smaller homes in Churton Grove at 2,400 square feet. You'll see here living heated square footage. The average in Churton Grove is 3,200. The smallest one that's sold in the last 12 months is 2333. So this home here at 2402 is quite small. However, it's a pretty nice house. Let's go to the tape. Why am I not getting into this here? There we go. This is a Beazer home, and it's mainly one level. Yeah, the agent has done a nice job of putting the listing agent has done a nice job of putting the floor plan there. Very few listing agents put floor plans on their listings. I just don't understand why. All of our buyers ask us, "Where's the floor plans? We got to see the floor plans. We got to know how this is laid out." Well, you see on this one, this tells you right away. It's mostly one level, and the upstairs here is basically just a bonus room and some storage. So that's fantastic. Um, and it's really cute house with hardwoods, a great open floor plan, a very nice kitchen, great backyard, fenced backyard. It backs up to the green space in Churton Grove. Churton Grove is famous for having a really nice creek running through the middle of it with a huge amount of green space and also walking trails that go all the way through Churton Grove. Um, and this house backs up to that green space, and there's a walking trail right behind it between this house and the creek. Um, Quite a nice house. This is 101 West Hadley Avenue. And the asking price for this home is 629.9. There you go. So there you go. That's an example of a really nice neighborhood here in Hillsborough. Um, Obviously, contact me for more information. Here we are in November of 2025. That's why there's only one house on the market right now. That said, as you saw, the days on market here in Turton Grove are pretty short. Even during the spring and summer markets, when there's supposed to be a lot of houses on the market, Turton Grove really has very few. By the way, only 12 homes were sold here in the last 12 months in Turton Grove. That usually is closer to 15 to 20 homes are sold in a 12-month period. So fewer homes have sold in Turton Grove in the last 12 months than usual. Another indication of how the market is slowing down. So there you go. There's your Hillsborough, North Carolina market update for November of 2025. There's a lot more to say, a lot more to look at here in Hillsborough. It's a great place, very much a bedroom community to both Duke and UNC and RTP. Easy hit to RDU Airport. Highly recommended. Check it out. Contact me for more information. We'd love to show you any home that's available here in Hillsborough. And there you go. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.